Hello everybody, welcome to a new week. It's 8 o'clock on Thursday evening and I'm out in the garden because I have just remembered that we have some space in our wheelie bin and it's collection day tomorrow morning, and I've got a hell of a lot of bramble to get rid of in this garden, tons and tons of it. So I'm just starting with this little patch here because I want to plant a rose in this little bit that Judah and Rain got me for Mother's Day. So I'm getting on with this. Now I know speed cleaning is something that people like watching. I don't know whether speed gardening is a thing yet. I think I should start a trend and get going on this. So I'm gonna set you up probably on the well here. We've got a sort of falling down old well just behind me. So I'm gonna probably set you up on there and cue a time lapse of speed gardening. Everybody, I have a bit of a confession. It is actually Thursday and the last time I vlogged was last Thursday, and I should have finished yesterday, but I just haven't been doing much that's been of any interest to you. I've just been finishing off this dress. I've made a cape to go with it. I've just been generally doing work things, and yeah, for once we didn't go out at the weekend. I just stayed at home, got some housework done, really nothing all that interesting. So I'm sorry that it's a bit of a cheat day today, because I'm now going to just vlog for the rest of the day, although it is 1:30 and I've got quite a lot to get done actually. But the first thing I'm going to do, and I thought this is something you might enjoy, is I'm going to do a desk tidy and maybe a little bit of a mini desk tour. I've just remembered I completely left the last clip without an ending. Yeah, I was doing really well outside in the garden, and then totally filled up the bin, totally filled up the memory card. So that was left at that because it has not stopped raining. Today is the first day we haven't had rain for the entire week, so I'm hoping to get out again a bit later and finish that job. I'm really quite pleased with what I managed to do. I think I had about an hour and 20 minutes tackling all those brambles, and I think I did quite well, so I will carry on with that today, hopefully. I was watching another vlog and I can't remember who it was now, and she said, oh, my desk is so messy, I need to tidy my desk. And then she showed this completely pristine desk with maybe a notebook slightly out of place and one empty coffee cup, and then I just kept thinking, you want to see a messy desk? You need to see this. This is what I call a messy desk. There we are. So that's what I'm going to tackle now. So I'm going to try and set you up over here while I do that, and I don't know if the white balance will let you see out the window, but maybe at the same time you can see them building the Glastonbury fence, because that's going on at the moment on the hills the other side of the valley, which is, it's quite nice watching their progress. So let me see if I can put you here. Right, I think that's the best angle I'm going to find. I'm not sure if you can see the fence. It's sort of... no, you're not going to be able to see that. Okay, well actually I'm going to take Loki for a walk a bit later, and I'll show you the fence from there. But for now, let's get on with this desk, because it really needs... I'm going to find a podcast to listen to and get this done. Okay, well it's not a complete Betty, but it's a vast improvement. This is now my desk. Yeah, you can see some of it now. This was never intended to be a huge declutter video, but I have spent about an hour and a half just getting this far. So I appreciate that. I know some of it's just been piled up a little bit neater than it was, but still it's nice to have a bit of room to manoeuvre, and I will keep improving on it over the next few days, hopefully. So what we've got left is, I've got a whole load of sort of photography bits and pieces there, some filters, some lights, some straps. I need to find a proper place to keep these. Down here, the nail files waiting to go away, my phone, my book that I refer to quite often, and my cool, I think it's meant to be a recipe book stand, but I use it for when I'm typing up my book, which is really useful. Laptop plugged into my monitor. I've been listening to the Me and Orla podcast. Okay, yes, this is still a mess, I know, but I haven't got all the hours of the day. I do love this cool coaster that Rain bought me for Mother's Day. Shape of a button. I'll move that over to there. Those can go to the kitchen and my bracelet can go away. I'll do those later. These are the seals that I made. If you go to my blog, you can see that sort of becoming my new signature. Chris cleverly digitalised a photo of a wax seal of my initials. So these are the 3 best ones, which I've kept. The others I used as Christmas card envelopes. And in there is the wax seal, and I'm not quite sure where to put that at the moment. Whole load of pens and pencils, little Gorilla Pod. These notebooks are the notebooks I refer to all the time, which is why they're out. I don't think I'm the only one that loves notebooks, so I think I'll do a notebook tour soon and you can see exactly what I have in all of them if you're interested. Right, okay, carrying on. Speaker, bits and pieces, hand cream, scented candles, Scooby-Doo tissue box. That lot I didn't get to. I've just sort of pushed it back. I haven't got round to sorting through that. And then my sewing machines, iPod. I just plugged that in the other day and it doesn't seem to work, which is a shame. That's my pyrography machine, which I'm going to be using today. So that's that. If progress continues on the desk, I might do a proper desk tour as a separate video. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing that as well. And right, I'm going to take the dog out now. I've spent longer on this than I intended to. I feel like getting out of the house after I hate tidying up, so a nice stroll in the countryside I think is just what I need. Thought about having a little chat with you while I walk the dog, but I've forgotten the fluffy muff on the camera there, and it's a bit breezy and I know how bad the wind noise is. It's really bizarre because you can't hear it at all, you don't think about it at all when you're out and about, and then you listen back to the footage afterwards and it's just really bad, so I hope you can hear me all right. The other thing is I thought I'd be able to walk along showing you the Glastonbury Festival site, but the hedgerows have grown up so much that you can't see. I'm walking along the road and you can't see any of it, so I've stopped in a farmer's field to point out. I was going to sort of point like this, but I can't see a thing, it's so bright. I'm going to turn the camera around. Loki's being a bit impatient, so I can't stop long. Plus I've got his lead sort of tucked in my knees. Right, let's zoom in. Oh, you can see the white there of the pyramid stage. That's actually had its skin on for some time. They were early with that this year. And obviously there they are building the fence along there. And then they start again over there, and it amazes me how they always manage to meet up. I think that's pretty clever how they manage that every year. And there's the park stage and the park tower just there next to it, and the stone circle is there, and I think they've just started building up the bonfire that's going to go behind it for the opening ceremony. So apart from the fact that the fields are looking nice and stripy from being freshly mown, there isn't much else to show you at the moment, but I'm hoping to get a sneak peek around the festival site the week before the whole thing kicks off, but we'll see if I manage to get in or not. Sorry about the sound of the helicopter. This is also the time of year where anyone with a helicopter or an aeroplane starts flying over the festival site at any opportunity they can. So we do have to put up with the noise of that from now until July. Right, okay, I shall continue on my walk. And it's looking pretty clear towards the Glastonbury tour over there. And those hills over there are just beyond Wells. But we can't see Wells anymore because the trees have all grown. Okay, I've come a little bit further along, and from this angle you can also see there is the old Jazz World stage, and then it was called the One World stage. Oh, I've just remembered, West Holts, that's what it's called now, isn't it? There we are, there's the West Holts stage from this angle, and you can see other bits a bit clearer as well. There's a crane doing something there, so if you want to sneak in, you've probably only got a few more days to do it. Well, I'm back from my walk. I've had a snack and recovered, and the dog is flopped out in the kitchen, and now I'm going to decorate a wooden box. I've had an order for a personalised box with a fairy on the top. I don't know if you know, you probably do if you've seen my previous vlogs, but I have an Etsy shop called Wicked Fairy Gifts, which I'm shortly to be changing to by Helen Hobden, and I do pyrography, which is burning onto wood or leather. And someone has previously ordered that fairy box, but they'd like another one, so I don't have another hexagon, so I'm doing this one, and I'm going to do that now. I'm actually not going to video this because I know it sounds a bit weird because you're not actually here, but I do feel a little bit on edge sometimes when I'm being watched by the camera. I know that's a bit weird, and I'm gradually getting used to it the more I do this, but I'm actually going to turn the camera off for this one because pyrography is permanent. I cannot undo it once it's done, so I want to feel as relaxed as possible whilst I'm doing it. So I'll show you the end result, but I am gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Well, I'm finally done. I have to admit that took a lot longer than I expected it to, but it has been a while since I drew a fairy freehand. Yeah, so I had to do a few rubbings out before I finally got the right one. And this is it. Let me just, so there's the little fairy with her name on, and then it's got her, I don't know if that's her date of birth or a special occasion, and then there's like little swirls and things around it. So I hope Phoebe likes it. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that turned out in the end. And I can breathe, because I tell you what, your heart stops when you're doing that with a pyrography tool, because if you get it wrong, that's it. You've just got to chuck away the whole box and you've wasted your money. And you've got to do the drawing all over again as well. And there's a beautiful sort of really purple sunset. Let me show it to you. Don't know how well you can see that, but it's really pretty. So I'm going to go out and do as much bramble taming as I can before it gets too dark. Well, I look bright enough in the screen, so I hope you can see me all right, even though actually out here it's pretty dark. So this is what I've done. So I think, considering that brambles covered almost all of this flower bed before, I think I've done pretty well. But I've got this bit here still to do. Ah, the joys of living on a main road. So I'm just going to go on with that now. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but there we are. That's quite a hefty pile of bramble just there. Oh, well, I'm quite out of breath, and it's pitch black outside now. I don't know if you could see much of that, but oh, that light's bright after being outside in the garden. So I'm just going to get the recycling out, and then I'm off to bed. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this vlog, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, it'd be lovely to see you again, so please do hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.